That creature, what could it have been?
I don't know. Aside from its shape and color, it seemed almost human. Perhaps it's some kind of a transformation of a man.
Into that?
Why not? You yourself have talked about lycanthropes, werewolves in your writing.
Yes, but that was as a metaphor for the changes cells make. You're talking about a myth.
And where do myths come from? In Kenya, there's a leopard society. Sumatra, were-tigers. Europe, werewolves. It's a universal idea. Why couldn't there be something behind it?
I suppose it's possible. We did see it. We have to find that creature, and we have to study it.
Yes, we have to find it.
Excuse me. Everyone's here, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry to bother you at this hour, but you probably heard the noise. I'd like to put you at ease. We had some vandals attempt to break into the lab early this morning. There was some damage, but everything's under control.
Do you know who? What do the police say?
I haven't notified them, nor do I intend to. The last thing this project needs is controversy, publicity. I urge you all to go about your duties as if nothing had happened. We must all stand behind Dr. Cabot. Her work is very important. Alex will continue to handle security. Any errors he might have made, I'm sure, will not be repeated. You have nothing to worry about. That's all. Thank you very much.
David, a word with you? I was in the lab last night, continuing our work. There was an accident.
What about the vandalism?
Come to the lab.
David, if that creature I saw was a product of human metamorphosis, it could be a possible end to my research. Now, this is something I want to pursue.
Dr. Cabot, consider the original thrust of your work. Cancer research, genetic disease. Isn't that more important than this thing that you saw?
But this could be important medically. Think of the rate of metabolism needed for such a metamorphosis. That in itself could cure disease.
Aren't you making some jumps in logic? If there was such a massive cellular transformation, wouldn't it affect the neuron flow in the brain cells?
Yes, probably.
And wouldn't a rational creature pick you up and simply take you out without destroying half the lab?
But who can tell what its motivation was?
Just for the sake of argument, let's say the key to the transformation is anger or pain. Consider the strength, the potential for violence.
Damn it, why is it you see only the negative possibilities? I've had to contend with that kind of thinking all my life.
It's simply that I've been involved in research where those possibilities were not taken into account and people were hurt.
Well, David, this foundation is under my control, not yours. As soon as this lab is repaired, I'm going ahead with this.
For argument's sake, let's say the key to the transformation is pain. Consider the strength, the potential for violence.
That may be the key.
How?
Consider the effects of adrenaline. Increased strength, stamina. Perhaps someone else was in the lab and Dr. Cabot didn't know. When the accident occurred, that person was also endangered.
And that's what triggered the Hulk.
It makes sense.
Where does that lead?
I'm not sure. But if nothing else, you and I are old hands when it comes to, how did he put it? Pain. Anger.
Cabot Foundation.
Dr. Cabot, please.
I'm sorry she's not available.
Oh, well, this is Jim Sheffield with National Lab Equipment. There's been a mix-up in the supplies she ordered. I can't send them till I talk to her.
Could you hold for a moment, please? Just a moment, I'll put you through. Dr. Cabot? Yes, Mr. Sheffield for you on line 2, please. Thank you.
Who's that call?
It's for Dr. Cabot.
Did you screen it?
Yes, sir. It's a Mr. Sheffield, National Lab Equipment.
We've dealt with no such company.
Mr. McGee, I can't believe that's true.
Well, Dr. Cabot, what possible motive could I have in lying to you? Now, if you would like, I can put you in touch with my contact in the State Department.
No, No, that's all right. Thank you, Mr. McGee.
What's wrong?
That was a reporter. He says this whole thing, the foundation, the lab, is nothing but a setup, a trap, and that my able administrator, Mr. LaFront, is nothing but a mercenary hired to destroy the creature.
So that's it.
No, Alex, we're not finished yet. We simply need to escalate, lure the objective into the open.
How?
Time-honored technique, Alex. Trial by ordeal. And this time, I think we'll use fire.
You remember what we did at Ban Maytao? I think that'll do the job.
But, sir, those men were our enemies. They were armed.
Well, this time it'll be less risky. Get everyone together in the lab.
Sir, we can't just kill these people.
There won't be any witnesses. Don't worry, Alex.
That isn't what I meant.
I thought it out carefully, Alex. There are no problem.
Oh, but, sir...
Get them.
Sir, I can't take part in killing innocent people.
I've known you for a long time, Alex. You've never had such qualms before.
Sir, I've come to know these people. Maybe I'm losing my nerve. Maybe I'm getting old.
I'm giving you an order, Alex.
I can't obey that order.
Alex, we are operational. You know what disobeying a direct order means?
How can I be sure that this McGee is telling the truth?
And how can you afford to ignore him?
David, have you any idea what this grant means to me, to my work?
Dr. Cabot, I've heard about this McGee. He's no crank, and I think you ought to listen to him.
All right, I'll close down the lab till I can verify McGee's story. I'll tell the front now.
You can't just tell a killer you're backing out. Now, just suppose this entire project is a trap, a very expensive trap. LaFront isn't going to let you or anybody else stand in his way.
What do you suggest I do?
The police. And I don't think we can risk using the telephone. I think you ought to go there yourself, get them back as soon as possible.
Come with me.
No, I can't. I don't think I should. I'll stay here and try to keep LaFront from becoming suspicious.
Noble, noble fellow, but your gesture won't be necessary.
Mr. LaFront, what on earth are you doing?
Alex, over there. Little research of my own, Doctor. This is Mr. LaFront. We have an emergency. Will the entire staff please assemble in the transposer lab? Everyone to the transposer lab. Careful. Don't make any trouble. This will all be over very soon.